All right, thanks, Kent. Start off wishing a happy 92nd birthday to LSU and NBA legend Bob Pettit. Really excited for our team, this opportunity we have this weekend, going over to Frisco to play against SMU, top 50 type team, really well coached, 4 guards playing at a high level, all double-figure scores. They have the 7'2" center from Turkey in the middle, who's been fantastic since he came over. I think they're a really explosive offensive team, shoot it well from 3. They're amongst the elite in the country in pace of play and offensive rebounding. Defensively, I thought they were fantastic in their win over Virginia this past weekend, held them to 51 points. So a really well-balanced team, and we'll have to have 2 good days of preparation here going in and have to play really well on Saturday to try and come out victorious.
Yeah, Coach, Buki Miller, I know y'all played him when he was at Wake Forest. Just what is his skill set and what makes him a challenge?
Yeah, great speed and quickness in the open floor. Really puts a lot of pressure on your defense in transition. Excellent playmaker. He's averaging 5.5 assists a game on the season. He puts a lot of pressure on you because of his ability to get into the paint and score in there, but also create for others. They surround him with really good perimeter shooting, and so it makes him a really tough cover. And I think he has great understanding of how to execute in ball screen offense. He's really good there. Has a lot of solutions to his game.
Just the one game without Jalen, what did you see in the other guys that were able to step up and complement here or there, kind of fill that hole?
I thought our front court was really productive. I think it was the most points we've gotten from our front court this year. Daimion scores 18. I think Corey was at 12. I thought some of that was reflective of the way Florida Gulf Coast defended on the perimeter. It opened up some opportunities, and I thought both of those guys took full advantage of it. I thought defensively our rim protection was really strong with those two plus Rob. And then the minutes where we played our 4 guard lineup, I thought was very effective. So it's one game, but I hope Daimion takes a lot of confidence from his excellent performance. Corey, his first career double-double here in his freshman year. Really excited about the development of those 2 players for sure.
Just wonder if you could expand maybe on Daimion Collins' offensive game. I mean, he had 18 points, but he did it in a variety of ways. Just maybe speak to what you've seen him work on this offseason and how big of an emphasis it was for him to maybe focus on offense this offseason.
Well, I think, Glenn, when you talk about Daimion, he's a once-in-a-generation athlete. The way he plays above the rim, his speed on both ends of the court is just terrific. So it starts in our ball screen offense, his ability to put pressure on the rim with his quickness on the rolls and his athleticism to finish plays. But we talked about it after the game. I thought you saw his skill package on the offensive side on Sunday. You saw him shoot it from 3. You saw him hit a mid-range jump shot on a little short roll. You saw the step-through move he made against their rotations defensively. And then we always want him stealing baskets on offensive rebound putbacks or drop-offs from our guards. So I think his development in his skill package continues to get better because he's put a lot of time into it and should take a lot of confidence from that.
Defensively, you've out-rebounded your opponent for the last 3 games. What's the plan to keep that going and keep that consistent this week?
Well, we have to get a lot better there. Our offensive rebounding has been done at a top 25 level in the country. Our defensive rebound's been below average, quite frankly, and that'll be put to the test again on Saturday. SMU, I believe last I looked, top 12 in the country in offensive rebound percentage. They get about 40% of their misses, which is a really high number. So we're trying to be very intentional about it every day in practice. So we got to continue to get better, not only for Saturday, but obviously going into the size and athleticism you'll see in SEC play.
Hot first half. It looked like maybe 10 points over your average, so far in the early part of the season. Anything you guys did differently or did well, or was it opponent-based again?
No, I thought we played with better pace offensively in the first half on Sunday. When we got in the paint, I thought our decision-making was better. We got some kickouts for wide open threes, and guys stepped up and knocked them down. I think we were 6 of 14 from three in the first half, where in the previous games we had gotten off to a slow start from behind the arc. So I thought that was a big key for us. Really the only negative on the offensive side was we had some careless, unforced turnovers that we have to eliminate. But I was really pleased with the execution. And then also I thought a big key, Michael, was the Florida Gulf Coast came in, like bottom 10 in the country in pace of play. They really want to slow you down and grind the game out. And we were able to get the pace of the game more to our liking there in the first half in transition.
Coach, you have 3 starters, 3 transfer guards that start together, never played with each other, never played for you. I guess why do you think they've been able to gel so effectively, especially Aiden on the start?
Well, I think it starts with the character of who they are. I think it's important to note that all 3 won in their careers, and they've had a big impact in that winning. So while all 3 are very talented and skilled players, I think they understand the value of being a part of a team and doing all the little things that go into impacting winning. And then I guess the final piece of it would be the work that was put in since they got here on June 1st. You're talking about guys that are in the gym a lot, really have invested a lot of time into not only getting better as players, but taking over a leadership role. I think it says a lot about all 3 that as newcomers in our program, as newcomers, they were all voted captains by their teammates. I think that's a credit to the respect they've earned because of the hard work, their selflessness, and commitment to winning since they got here.
I know you only played a couple minutes there at the end on earlier this week, but just the ramp-up process for Noah Boyd, just what do you expect that to look like over the next couple weeks, and how involved you guys expect him to be, I guess, with this roster once he's fully back?
I'm really excited to have him back, Glenn, but I think it has to be gradual. I mean, he's gone 12 months without playing. He's spent about the last 3 weeks on the scout team, which has been good for him as part of his ramp up here. Now he's in live practice, going on his 2nd week, starting here today. So I think at the end of the day, he's 7 feet tall, he's 260 pounds. I think he's physical. I think conditioning still has a ways to go, and then just getting comfortable with what we do offensively and defensively. So I'm excited about him, but it's not going to be an overnight deal.
Could you speak a little bit more about SMU's big, how much do they run through him, and what kind of challenge does that present for y'all?
Well, massive size, 7'2", 265 pounds, really skilled, down in the post, can score over either shoulder. Has been really effective there. I think he's also a good passer out of the post, and they surround him with really good 3-point shooting on the perimeter. So it puts you in some tough spots defensively because he's a load to handle one-on-one in the post, but then they make over 8 threes a game at 37% out beyond the arc. So I think he's going to be a great challenge for us because he's an outstanding player.
Sorry if this was already asked earlier before I came in, but this is the last power or high major non-conference team you play before you play a few mid-majors before conference play. I guess, is there a little extra pressure, or not pressure, but just a different sort of mentality or approach compared to other games?
Not for me. I approach every game the exact same, regardless of who you're playing. I think certainly scouting and preparation is important, but you got to have a lot of focus on doing the things you need to do well, not only to win, but to keep getting better as a team. And so it is a great opportunity. It's a top 50 team in the country. It's good for your resume, but we don't approach any game any differently than normal. So I think our guys will come in today locked in. They have great respect for SMU. They know they're one of the older, more experienced teams in the country, one of the teams with the most size in the country, similar to a Florida State in that regard. And they know we're going to have to play really well to have an opportunity to win. And so I think they'll approach it the right way.
Just curious how you would assess your team's three-point shooting here. I guess through 9-10 games, obviously that's a huge part of college offenses and basketball offenses these days. Just where you guys feel you are, and maybe some ways you can still improve in that department.
I like the quality of our shot diet. I think the percentage of our shots that are coming from behind the three-point arc is a good number. I don't think we've been as efficient from behind the three as we're capable of. And so we have to continue to get better. I don't think I'm giving out the scouting report by saying that Cam Carter and Jordan Sears have shot the ball at an incredibly high level. And outside of that, I think there's a lot of room for growth and improvement throughout our roster there. And so those two guys need to continue to shoot the ball at a high level from three. And then I think as you see some of our other players get more comfortable, get more confident in their shot, you'll see their numbers start to improve.
How do you feel Curtis Gibbons is sort of growing and developing in the program so far?
Yeah, I think for Curtis, he's playing probably outside of quarterback, the toughest position in sports, being a point guard and doing it as a true freshman. So I think defensively he's been really solid. I think he's a guy, when you start judging shooting numbers, when your role at a certain point is 2 to 4 shots a game, and you start going 0 for 2, 1 for 3, 0 for 4, 1 for 2, and you group it all together, it's tough to evaluate that and put too much stock in the low percentage there. But I have a lot of confidence in Curtis. I think he's a really good three-point shooter. I think that'll continue to improve. I think his decision-making continues to get better. I look at those minutes at Kansas State, where he was really good in our ball screen attack, had 3 assists, no turnovers in the first half. I think it's just a transition. It's a process, especially at the point guard position when you come in as a true freshman.